Another lawsuit has been filed against Ursuline High School. We have what the fourth suit against the high school is and more.
A high-profile federal case takes a sharp turn. Why a judge has thrown out the indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
Today marks the official travel period for Thanksgiving. We have two organizations' travel forecast and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to the last newscast before Thanksgiving break. I'm Lexi Blatnick.
I'm Lex Rady, and we're here to serve you some stories that matter most to you and your community.
Starting off in Youngstown, Ursuline High School is now up against 4 lawsuits after a mother and daughter filed suit in the Mahoning County Court of Common Pleas. The suit says Assistant Principal Margaret DeMoore ignored multiple warnings that signaled a physical assault was planned during the school day.
The suit says the assault led to a freshman being concussed. The suit comes after the high school was sued for harassment, hazing, and sexual harassment.
For more information on the prior suits, we turn to Casey Baylog. Casey?
That's right, guys. Ursuline High School has had multiple lawsuits filed against them, enforcing the fact that for many years it has had a toxic culture that led to multiple students being harmed. I spoke with the lawyer for the plaintiffs, Subodh Chandra, to explain what these lawsuits say.
4 lawsuits alleging a pattern and practice of neglect, recklessness, cover-up, tolerating abuse, and in the case of the first 3 lawsuits, all allegedly for the glory of the football team to try to protect football players and the football team at all costs.
Since the lawsuits focus on the football team, Chandra mentioned there is multiple testimonies involved with the football players, saying coaches were aware of the hazing.
So this is another instance in which Ursuline administrators are accused of failing to protect students.
Chandra and law enforcement are both still investigating these incidents, and more is expected to come. For KSTV, I'm Casey Baylog.
Thanks, Casey. The family of 15-year-old Jasmine Tucker has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Akron and multiple police officers nearly 1 year after Tucker was shot and killed on Thanksgiving night. The suit accuses Officer Davon Fields of using excessive force and points to what it calls a, quote, long-standing policing problem, end quote, impacting people of color. Mayor Shamus Malik, Chief Brian Harding, and several sergeants are also named. Last month, a grand jury declined to file criminal charges in the case.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
A major temperature drop is on the way for millions across the country this Thanksgiving. A blast of Arctic air is already moving through the Rockies and Plains, and cooler conditions will spread into the south and east by midweek. Forecasters say temperatures could run 10 to 25 degrees below average by Thursday, with parts of the upper Midwest and Great Lakes only reaching the 20s and 30s. However, lake effect snow and gusty winds can make conditions even cooler. We're now joined by our weather correspondent, Lillian Dravik.
So, Lillian, with this Arctic air on the move, are we looking at any of those cold temperatures in Portage County?
Thanks, guys. You definitely can expect some colder temperatures later on this week. But before we get to that, let's take a look at today. The weather today, it was a beautiful day actually without all the rain, but the temperature, it was about 56 degrees today. We do have a wind advisory for later on. It's going to go into effect later tonight and last tomorrow. But today we had a southwest wind of 7 miles per hour, and then the sunset is going to be at 4:49 today. It was a cloudy day, it was a rainy day, but right now it shouldn't be too rainy, just a little clouds. Let's take a look at the statewide temperatures for today. So across the board, it's lower 50s, upper 40s. With Athens over here a little colder at 43 degrees. Columbus nice and warm at 57. Cincinnati, that's where my roommate is right now. She's has that 52 degrees, and then Toledo and up by the lake, it's a little colder with 46, and Akron, Canton, 52. Let's take a closer look at the northeast region of the state. So Kent has, you know, that 52 degrees. It's gonna be a great night tonight. Not too cold. It's going to be a warmer night, which is great because it's going to turn cold at the end of this week. So take advantage of that warmth tonight. And all around, it's those lower 50s, mid 50s. Sandusky up here with over here with 59 degrees, a little warmer up there. But all around, it's looking pretty nice. It's going to be a rainy night tonight, so take advantage of the atmosphere outside and bake those tasty Thanksgiving treats. But stay tuned for a look at the weather in your week ahead.
Thanks, Lillian. The Kent State University Museum, which opened in 1985, is working to grow and reach more of the community.
The museum always has a permanent collection on display, as well as 3 special exhibits, each up for about a year. KSTV reporter Talia Milowich visited the museum and has more.
Thanks, guys. The museum has been working hard to grow engagement through outreach and their unique displays.
Nestled in between Main Street and the rest of campus is the museum that holds pieces and collections from near and far.
I think so many students are still not aware that there's a world-class museum on campus.
The museum currently has 3 temporary exhibits up: Sparkle, Fashioning North Africa, and Leroy Neiman's A Keen Observer of Style, all open now through next summer.
Seasonal displays that we're able to do, like presenting the costumes from Wicked, have also really helped with our engagement and visitorship this season.
Curator Sarah Hume has been working on the Fashioning North Africa for about 3 years.
I went to North Africa in 2022 and spent a couple weeks in Morocco and Tunisia and met with people and got a sense sort of on the ground of what's going on and what the world of fashion looks like there.
This exhibit is part of a series of fashion throughout Africa, along with a display of fashion of Southern Africa that was up in 2016.
One of the best parts of it is always seeing the pieces arrive.
Some exhibits take years of planning and research, where others come together in a matter of months. Sparkle shows the style and jewelry of Aileen Maylee, who was a gossip columnist from the 50s up until the early 2000s, and was also friends with the museum's founders.
Over the years, she donated her collection of her jewelry as well as her clothing to the museum.
After planning and seeing pictures of the designs for months, the pieces are finally shipped to the museum.
It's really exciting to be able to come here to the exhibition and see the pieces themselves in person.
The museum works directly with students and faculty and puts on public events throughout the year to boost engagement. They've doubled their visitors over the past year and hope to continue to be available and open to the community.
We're working really hard to present relevant and engaging content, exhibitions, installations, and programs.
The museum is open 6 days a week, year-round, and is free to Kent State students and staff.
Thanks, Talia. A new addition to our 25 Ways of Giving series highlights how the Kent State University Museum is jumping in to support students and families this holiday season. The museum has launched a donation drive collecting winter clothing, non-perishable food, and hygiene items, all benefiting the Care Center and Flashes Fighting Hunger. Staff say the goal is to serve the entire university community and offer a way for visitors to give back. Donations are accepted during regular museum hours through December 21st.
So it's really also an opportunity for our community to share back with the university community as well. And then as a thank you for donating, we're offering people with any donation 20% off in the museum store. So hopefully it's a win-win for everybody where you get to give and then do a little holiday shopping.
If your organization is hosting volunteer work, donation drives, or fundraisers this holiday season, we want to feature you in our 25 Ways of Giving series. Reach out to me at aradde@kent.edu for a chance to be on KSTV.
Gas prices could be on the decrease. What you can expect for the upcoming weekend.
Songs, even even if they're bad, hundreds and hundreds of them just to find a good one. Yeah. And then
I've been in this long enough. I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Knowing that you're basically like there and being
with that, but it has a special place in my heart. I grew up watching it so much. Have you guys seen it?
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. After the federal court found the president's pick for the case's prosecutor invalid, a federal judge has dismissed the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Comey was accused of lying to Congress 5 years ago. Meanwhile, James was accused of mortgage fraud.
Both pled not guilty, but because of the nature of the charges, they could be refiled.
And with Thanksgiving just 2 days away, today marks the official travel period for the holiday. And AAA says that 82 million people will venture at least 50 miles away from home. That's more than last year. AAA also predicts that 90% of travelers will drive, 6 million will fly, and the Federal Aviation Administration predicts that today will be the busiest for flights.
Gas prices continue their upward trend. Monday marked the 8th straight day the national average was higher than a year ago. Earlier this year, drivers were paying more than 30 cents less at the pump, but experts say relief could be coming. AAA reports the national average for regular gas at $3 and about 5.5 cents. Gas Buddy expects that to drop to $3.02 by Thanksgiving, tying the lowest holiday price since 2020. French authorities have detained 4 more people in connection with last month's Louvre robbery. Officials say the new arrests include 2 men and 2 women who joined 4 other suspects detained in late October, all of whom will be questioned by investigators. The October 19th heist targeted the Apollo Gallery, home to the French crown jewels. Thieves escaped with 9 pieces, including a diamond and sapphire set once worn by royalty.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm. This is your KSTV weather.
Well, Thanksgiving break is finally here, but guess what? So is the winter weather. So let's take a gander at the wonderful weather that will make up your holiday weekend. So looking tonight, it is going to be a little rainy later on. So at 8 p.m. we have a 12% chance of rain, but that hops up to a 51% chance at 10 p.m. But as far as temperature-wise, it's going to be a pretty nice night with lower 50s, but still it's not 30 degrees tonight. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather. So you're going to see the sunrise at 7:26 a.m. Some showers in the morning, but then it's going to clear up towards the end of the day. Humidity at that 70%. Sorry about that. With a wind, that's where the wind advisory is coming in, a southwest wind of 20 miles per hour. So it's going to be very windy tomorrow. And then the sun is going to set at 4:59 with a temperature of around 53 degrees around tomorrow. So it's going to be, a pretty nice day temperature-wise. All right, let's take a look at our extended forecast. So it's going to get cold, folks. On Thursday, we can expect 32 degrees as the high and a low of 25 degrees. So 24% chance of rain on Thursday, and then it just gets higher and higher until you see the 67% chance on Sunday. But yeah, you're going to see some rain at the end of the week. You're going to see some snow on Saturday and Friday. You might see some snow on Wednesday, but it's going to be a mix. Snow and rain, but it is going to cool down. It's going to get rainy, but whatever the weather on Turkey Day, I know one thing that I'm grateful for, and that is being able to report the weather for you, Portage County. For KSTV, I'm Lillian Drabick.
Thanks, Lillian. Now let's turn to the world stage where Cole Jones joins us with a look at the top international stories making global headlines tonight.
What do you have for us, Cole?
Hi guys. Yes, tonight we've got some coverage of Trump re-interviewing refugees admitted during the Biden era, the continuously tense relationship between Venezuela and the United States, possibly resulting in greater authority for the U.S. to take action, Russian attacks in residential areas of Ukraine, along with President Trump's proposed peace plan for the two disputing countries. Trump's crackdown on immigration is possibly taking a turn as the Trump administration may be re-interviewing certain Biden-era refugees. The action would target individuals let into the country as part of the Refugee Act of 1980. Members of the Trump administration claim that the past administration did not vet these refugees properly, and re-interviewing is necessary to avoid security risks. The United States has formally designated Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro as a member of a drug trafficking foreign terrorist organization. The Trump administration can now impose sanctions targeting Maduro's assets and infrastructure without lethal force. Maduro has denied any involvement in drug trafficking, along with the existence of the terrorist group. Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez cited United Nations reports spanning 27 years from the United Nations Office on Drugs. She claims Venezuela is neither a producer or trafficker of drugs following the designation of a terrorist organization to the so-called Cartel de los Soles, the alleged drug trafficking group speculated to have ties to Nicolas Maduro, the Venezuelan president.
Venezuela is neither the producer nor the trafficker of drugs. No, this has been stated in all the United Nations reports for 27 years from the United Nations Office on Drugs.
U.S. and Russian officials in Abu Dhabi will continue talks Tuesday on a possible peace plan for ending the war in Ukraine. This latest round of talks comes after U.S. and Ukrainian leaders negotiated the framework in Switzerland. A Ukrainian official said Tuesday Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could visit the U.S. this month to finalize a peace deal with President Trump. The Trump administration's original 28-point proposal to end the war in Ukraine emerged last week. That wraps up our international news coverage for today. Stay tuned for some sports information and analysis coming up now. For KSTV, I'm Cole Jones.
The Panthers traveled to the Bay Area to see how the 49ers were able to defend them off to get the must-need win to get them back in the hunt. Coming up next.
Jimmy can't sing and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, singing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Can you help me?
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Good evening, I'm Matthew McConaughey bringing you your sports for tonight. Let's get right into Kent State sports. The Kent State women's basketball team lost to Duquesne 58-53 last night. The Flashes held their opponent 28 points below their average. Junior Riley Grismiller led Kent with 12 points, 10 rebounds, making her second double-double of the season, with freshman Riley Kalake right behind her, scoring 11 points. The women's team will now travel to Nassau, Bahamas for games on Saturday and Sunday as part of the 2025 Baha Mar Hoops Nassau Championship. Coming up Friday, the Kent State football team will be traveling to Northern Illinois to take on the Huskies. The last time they were on the field, they took a loss to Central Michigan. Judah Shields went 14 for 28 with 185 yards, no touchdowns through the air, but was able to punch one in. This Kent team rushed for only 89 yards. Northern Illinois quarterback Brady Davidson went 5 for 8 with a touchdown against Western Michigan. The Huskies rushed for over 200 yards with 1 touchdown. This will be a heavyweight battle between these two teams, and you can tune in on ESPN+. Now on to the NBA. The Cavaliers fell to the Toronto Raptors 110-99 last night. The Cavs played a very poor game offensively and defensively. Donovan Mitchell only had 17 points, being 3 for 12 from the three-point range. Mitchell's plus-minus was -22, with Evan Mobley having a plus-minus of -21. Lead scorer Brandon Ingram had 37 points for the Raptors. The Cavs will now travel to Atlanta to take on the Hawks this Friday. Now let's go out to the Bay Area, where the 49ers will play host to the Panthers on Monday Night Football. Brock Purdy will look over the middle. He will find Juan Jennings. He will break 3 tackles and march into the end zone, putting them up 7-0. Third quarter now. Christian McCaffrey, toss play, will have blockers find a gap, marches over man into the end zone, putting up 17-3. Just under a minute now in the third quarter, Bryce Young, pocket collapsing, throws it up, and he's going to find the rookie McMillan back of the end zone, 17-9. Now in the fourth, Bryce Young looking over the middle, picked off by Jair Brown. That is his second of the game. Now late in the fourth, Panthers trying to close in on that lead. Ryan Fitzgerald misses it wide right. This one was a defensive battle, 5 interceptions total. 49ers came out on top 20-9. But this one puts the 49ers back in the playoff hunt at the 7th seed. The 49ers will now travel to Cleveland to take on Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns. I'm Matthew McConaughey with Kent Stater Sports. Back to you guys at the table.
These furry friends might not have a home, but they will be treated to a Thanksgiving meal.
Morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out. Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
Sheltered dogs and cats were able to chow down on some Thanksgiving feast staples. The furry four-legged friends at Paws Chicago Kokuric Medical Center were served a Thanksgiving dinner ahead of the holiday. The animals feasted on pet-safe turkey, pumpkin puree, whipped cream, and mashed sweet potatoes. The organization dubbed the event a Feast of Second Chances.
And a brand new crystal ball is set to shine over Times Square as the world rings in 2026. The New Year's Eve ball was unveiled Monday in New York City, covered in more than 5,000 water-forward crystals, nearly double the previous design, and features circular crystals for the first time. This marks just the 9th update to the iconic ball since the tradition began back in 1907.
So, you had a little Friendsgiving last night.
I did.
I wasn't invited.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. It was for the Babe Cave. Shout out the Babe Cave.
I do not live at the Babe Cave.
No, but you were a frequent visitor, so we should have had you over. But yes, we did have a Friendsgiving.
You have a cat.
I do have a cat.
Did you feed Suki a little bit of turkey?
Yes. Well, not turkey. We didn't have turkey, but Suki had a little bit of whipped cream that was on a turkey plate, if that counts. So
sure.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for you today, Portage County.
But for all these stories and more, check out our website, kentstater.com, and tune in next week to our last newscast of 2025. I'm Lex Rady.
And I'm Lexi Blatnick. Have a wonderful break, Portage County.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Solo stage where the player spends most of it being hunted down by Infinite. The weapon that performed the best here was the Drill Wispen. Its ability to...
He finally is like, I get it now. I get it. I have worth because I'm me. Yeah, and I really liked it a lot. Like, I'm not...
What are you staring at? How do you know it's me?